Okay, so the next thing we're gonna work on is this jambalaya rice. It's gonna go with my fish, and it's really easy to make. I hauled this in the Dollar Tree haul. I love it. I really do. You can add, you can add sausage to it or shrimp if you want to. I'm not gonna add anything. All you need is 2.5 cups of boiling water and 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. So I'm gonna go ahead and put these on right now. All right, so I got my fish going. My chili is a-brewing. The water is back there. It's not boiling yet, but I'm just gonna go ahead and add the vegetable oil. And it's 2 tablespoons. And that helps it to not stick. So I'm gonna add 1. And then I'm gonna add 1 more and then wait for it to come up to a boil. And then I just add my rice and let it simmer. Really easy. All right, and then for this fish, while we're doing that, this is the second batch of fish. Whoop, that's not done yet. I'm gonna let that fry a little bit longer. I already took the first batch out and it is sitting over here degreasing, and then I had a little bite and it is oh so good. That's gonna be so good for lunch. My coworkers are gonna be super jealous. So I'm gonna let that stuff simmer. So here's the chili. Looks so yummy. This is gonna go over rice, and then I'm gonna make some cornbread the day of that this is getting unthawed or getting prepared to eat. I'm gonna taste this chili though. I know it's gonna be hot, but I'm gonna make sure I don't need to add anything. I know it's gotta sit and think some more, but I'm gonna taste it anyway. Very good. It's good, but I'm gonna add a little bit more chili powder. Just a smidge. Give that a stir. Turn this down. And I'm just gonna let that sit. Okay, so my water is boiling. I'm gonna go ahead and add the rice. Comes in a little packet like this. All of the seasonings are in here. Gonna add that in there, and I'm gonna turn down the flame. Give it a stir. Sometimes you have to break up like the seasoning in here because it's been sat together too long. But usually when you put it in the water, it dissipates. All right, I'm just gonna bring that to a boil, and my rice is done. And this fish is done. I'm gonna take this fish out. Ooh, child, this camera business is a lot. That's hot. All right, took the fish out. I moved the jambalaya to this side. Ooh, I'm making a mess. Okay, right, so I'm coming. That's to a boil, so I'm gonna let that simmer, and I'm gonna add a lid. All right, that'll do. It doesn't match, but that lid will do. Okay, let's wipe that off. All right, I'm gonna turn this chili down, and yeah, just gonna let that still simmer. Okay, so we're gonna start plating up some of the things that are done. And this is the chicken fettuccine. So I'm just going to label. And then, oh, I gotta put a date on it. Today is 5/20. H-I-C-K-E-N. All right. And I suppose I should have wrote smaller so I can cross it off and use it again, but I wasn't thinking. All right, so I got the pans here. Let's see if I can make this a little bit where you guys can see a little better. All right, I'm gonna scoop pasta in all of the dishes, and this is cooled. I wanted it to be as cool as possible before I start plating, so that I don't, you know, I don't want the noodles to be soggy and wet. All right, I have the pasta all plated. And then I'm going to add the sauce. I'm gonna use a little measuring cup. And literally just pour the sauce over. I can always make more sauce. So I'm gonna give that a nice stir. Make sure I get enough in here, so I don't want it to be dry when they get it. Just enough. Stir it in there. And I've decided to just keep them all the same, and then when it's time to cook these, they can just add, you know, what they want, the tomatoes and the extra sauce and all that extra stuff. They can do that. We can do that there. All right, and now we gotta cut the chicken up. They're nice and cooled. I'm just gonna dice these, or not dice them, slice them. All right, I keep hitting the dang camera. I got all the chicken sliced up, so I'm just going to lay some on top and try to break it up evenly for everybody. All right, so I finished packing that up. I added a little bit of Parmesan cheese to the top. I wanted to show you this is all the noodles that I have left. Yeah, pasta water got in there. It's okay. It'll add flavor. And I'm going to add a little bit of the garlic, roasted garlic, just over the top, just a smidge. And then that closes it up. I'm going to add parsley to the other meals. I mean, not parsley. I'm going to add Parmesan to the other personal meals over there. And then now we can just pack the rest of the items. All right. Next, we're going to do this chili. And then the chili rice. I'm going to put 2 of 2. And then 1 of 2. All right, so label that. I don't want to put them separately because then it just looks like gumbo at the, I mean, I don't want to put them together because then it looks like gumbo at the end. So here is the chili. We love a chunky chili, and it's still very hot, but oh, it was oh so delicious. And there's the rice. Okay, so I'm just gonna dump this in there, and then we can use the extra rice for another meal. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna really fill this up because when we do our chili, I'll insert a picture. We layer it with rice first, then that chunky chili on top, a little bit of sour cream, and a little bit of cheese, and it's over. So I'm gonna make sure I put a lot in here, as much as I can. And then when my husband gets home, I'm pretty sure he'll eat the rest of this rice with something else. So I'm just gonna lay this on top. Now I got extra rice in here. Of course, I'm going to add some tinfoil on top of this and label that too as well when I get done. But that's the chili rice. And then I wish I could have waited till this cooled, but I'm running out of space on my camera, and I'm running out of time. So I gotta get going. All right, I think that's That about does it. I guess they can have a little bit of chili today. We got a little bit of rice. Somebody can have some chili and rice today for dinner. All right. Put this in here. Actually, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna, I got another little small container. This is oozing out, which I don't really want it to, but I'm gonna clean that up in a second. I got another little small container that I could use to put the overage of the chili in. I'm making a mess here. That's why I should have waited till it cooled off. So, got this little bit. I'm gonna label that. Just extra chili. 520, 3. I was gonna put 3. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. All right, leave that there. So, now we can do, I'm gonna clean this up. The best thing is to clean as you go so that you don't have just an enormous amount of dishes later. So if you clean as you go, you can use the same dishes. Just wash them out and use the same dishes for your stuff. That way you don't have a big mess. So for the sloppy joe, I don't have any more containers. This will be super easy when you're doing this type of one meal situation. No, you know, it's just one component. I'm gonna use these Glad freezer bags. This sloppy joe is cool. Cool. So I'm just gonna put it inside this freezer bag. All right, so the last thing we have is the fish and the rice. So, and that's my lunch for the next couple days. I'm gonna use these plastic containers to fill them up. Delicious, nice and spicy. It's gonna be a Mod Podge of dinner today because we got leftovers. So this is gonna be in here, just like so. And I'm having fish and rice today. Somebody else is having sloppy joe, and Rob can have a little bit of the fettuccine. I don't gotta cook dinner, all done. So the only thing that I have left to do is the Thai noodle soup, which I will put the link to the tutorial in the description box for Laura, and you guys can follow that. But I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. Actually, I'll just show you what it looks like because I've made it before. So that's the only thing that I have left, and that was with the shrimp that I cooked. So let's recap the meals. We have 2 meals for lunch, and that's the fish and the rice, and I have 1 for dinner, so that's 3. We have chili, chili by itself, and then we have the big thing of chili rice. I mean, this will feed 4 for sure. We'll have dinner and then some leftovers, and then plus we have extra chili, and then we have several meals, 1, 2, 3 personals of the chicken fettuccine, and then this will serve us for another dinner. So we have 3, 6, probably 7 out of there, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1 left over for 13 meals. And then we have the sloppy joe that I just put in a freezer bag, and that's gonna lay flat in the freezer, and all I have to do is unthaw it, and that's 3 more. So 14, 15 meals, and we're good to go. So the only thing I have left to do is I'm gonna take this Reynolds wrap. I'm gonna wrap up all of these and put them in the freezer. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out with me all this time. And hopefully you will try these meals at home. All right, or try, I don't know if I'm gonna put the itemized list of the meals or the recipes, but hopefully you'll try doing this for your family because it just provides a nice quick way for dinner, especially if you work outside the home. All right, guys, bye. Hey guys, I just wanted to quick come back and share with you that I did go ahead and make the soup. As you can see, I have all of my ingredients out, my chicken bouillon, my Thai paste, my coconut milk, light and dark soy, onions, I have the rice noodles, I have the kale, the cilantro, the shrimp, of course we did earlier, my lime and ginger. All that stuff is ready to go, so I can go ahead and make this soup. And then I will insert a picture if I haven't done it already to show you guys what it looks like when it is done. So you guys got to try that recipe out. I'll have the link down below in the description box. And here it is simmering on the pot. It was absolutely delicious. It's just right at the beginning. The kale just kind of popped in there. So shrimp isn't in there yet. But yeah, it's about to be. So I will talk to you guys soon. If you haven't checked out part 1, please do so. All right. Like the video if you like it. Bye.